So 50 Cent has been out here liking comments suggesting that Jay-Z is next after Diddy. And now people are wondering whether he's already working on a documentary about Jay-Z. Chill, the way he pulled up those never-before-seen clips of Diddy, only God knows what he would uncover about Jay-Z. And if word on the street is anything to go by, Uncle Fifth could allegedly have the real tea on who Cathy White's daughter is. Yes, Cathy White, Jay-Z's alleged former late mistress.
When Beyonce got on that stage with that fake baby bump,
Oh, yeah.
it was lined up with the same timing of where Cathy White would have been in her second trimester. And when we all watched her get on TV with that fake pregnancy belly that folded over,
Yep.
she sat down. The timeline of when she delivered Blue Ivy lines up almost perfect with the timeline of when Cathy White would have delivered.
Wow.
We all know that Blue Ivy came from a surrogate.
Yep.
They shut that hospital down like a president had just been shot.
Yeah, the allegation has always been that Cathy's daughter is Blue Ivy, but is there any truth to it? And also, is it true that Diddy was involved in covering up Cathy's death? Allegedly, there's even a tape that Diddy took while Cathy White was screaming for her life, just like Jaguar Wright previously suggested.
Show him the tape, Diddy. You got it.
Oh, man,
That might buy you a little time. You should probably stop looking for plastic surgeons.
man.
Looking for a new life, new face. We gonna hang you high.
So maybe Fifth really has the tea, or maybe he doesn't. But let me just loop you in on what's making rounds. Okay, guys, the thing is, there were rumors that Beyonce had a surrogate to carry Blue, and that is why the timing was so off and the whole pregnancy was rushed. I mean, remember that video that was making rounds where Beyonce was sitting down for her interview when she was pregnant with Blue and her baby bump appeared to fold? Well, she said later that the fabric was what folded and called the rumors crazy, but people are still convinced that she faked the pregnancy with Blue. Allegedly, the rush to have a baby had something to do with the fact that Cathy, Jay-Z's mistress at the time, was also pregnant around the same time. There were even allegations back in the day that Cathy's pregnancy was one of the reasons why Bey forced her own pregnancy announcement. Now, followers have been saying that Cathy passed away under mysterious circumstances, and Beyonce's first child with Jay, Blue Ivy, is actually the illegitimate child of Cathy White and Jay-Z. And I know how crazy this sounds, but given the kind of people we are talking about, I've seen enough to know that anything is possible with these people. As far as the relationship between Jay-Z and Cathy, these rumors had been there for a long while back in the day, but they seemingly intensified after Cathy and Claudia Jordan were spotted at Las Vegas's Tao nightclub, sitting at a table with Jay-Z and Diddy in 2010. See, Cathy was a close friend of Claudia Jordan, who was well known for being a homewrecker, and just like Claudia, Cathy had allegedly openly admitted to only messing with super rich guys, and that unless a man had a net worth of at least $50 million, she wouldn't pay him any attention, which means that Hova was a perfect catch for her. Actually, people say that if anyone knows exactly what happened to Cathy, it's Claudia. And I even remember a time Crazy Days and Nights wrote a blind item saying, "This A-list host/model is also an actress." Our host has always stayed quiet about the death of her friend, but has become more convinced over the years that the permanent A+ list rapper had her friend unalived. It just seemed too convenient that he wanted her out of the picture, and shortly after he said that, the friend ended up dead. The blind item later revealed the A-list host was Claudia Jordan, the rapper was Jay-Z, and Claudia's friend was Cathy. But the thing is, ever since Jay-Z started making rounds on our timelines again, courtesy of Diddy, Claudia has denied multiple times that she was close to Cathy.
So it would not be rare or odd to see a Diddy, a Jay-Z, an Eve, this or that, Lil Kim. They would be out there for that. We randomly ran into him. Now, the second time we saw him, he was definitely out there and he had a show. Okay, he had a concert. And he was not paying my friend no mind. Like, we were all there and he was just like polite. And he was not flirting with no one. There was nothing going on. So I need y'all to stop with this false narrative. A blogger, Jackie Jasper of Hollywood Street King, put this story out in 2008 because he was fed it from my hating ass ex that was trying to ruin my reputation. So he was taking any little things. Oh, she was doing this. It was doing. She's jealous that he hit on her, not her. It's not true, y'all. And y'all running with one source, and then Jaguar gets on and brings back up and y'all believe it. Now, I'm not saying that she don't say some real stuff. I don't know her like that. But when it comes to me, I was never Diddy's girl. And if you had an address, I would serve you. But you don't, okay? If you had an address, I would serve you. Can't serve the homeless. I saw him in Vegas at a party where
Basically, Claudia said that the claims that they were close are completely false, stating that she and Cathy White were merely acquaintances who hung out a few times in 2010. In addition, Claudia also emphasized that during their time together, Cathy never mentioned anything about being involved with Jay-Z, let alone being pregnant by him. And then she said, "We drank, gambled together, and played craps in Vegas. No, Jay-Z. She was never pregnant around me. I'm so sick of people telling this story." Obviously, the pictures of them together paint a different narrative, and I don't know if it's true, but I also saw reports claiming that Claudia was at Cathy White's apartment cleaning up after the 9/11 call was made. Based on this, people are saying that it doesn't make sense that Claudia is trying to deny being friends with Cathy because they were thick as thieves back in the day. Maybe it's true that Jay-Z is paying her to paint a different picture. I don't know. Anywho, back in the day, they were there to see the Floyd Mayweather and Juana Manuel Marquez boxing match, with sources revealing that just before they attended the Sin City fight, Jay purchased a $2,500 pair of Louis Vuitton shoes for Cathy to wear that evening. Apparently, Jay also requested her bring a few friends to ride with them that evening, so that it would not look like they were a thing. Then, during their time in Vegas, Jay reportedly also took Corey gambling at the Bellagio Casino. And once again, he insisted on Cathy bringing a few friends to their table in an attempt to cover their public appearances. However, people still figured out that something was going on between Jay-Z and Cathy. And of course, people started reaching out to land an exclusive. And Liz Crokin actually got one and said that she managed to get a hold of Cathy at her job in New York over the phone. And during their first conversation, she denied having an affair with Jay-Z. Furthermore, she also claimed that she had never hung out with him or had even met him. But then Liz said she uncovered photos of Cathy hanging with Jay-Z and Diddy, no less, at Tao nightclub in Las Vegas. So she called her back and asked her about the photo evidence that debunked her initial claim that she had never met or hung out with Jay-Z. And at that point, Cathy expressed to her that she would consider going public with her story. Liz said that Cathy gave her little information to go on, and according to sources, following her conversation with the tabloid, Cathy called Jay and told him that she was going to go public with their affair for a price. Then, about 48 hours after the announcement that Beyoncé was pregnant with Jay-Z's baby, Cathy suddenly passed on under suspicious circumstances, and the cause of death was given as a brain aneurysm. Now, according to multiple sources, this was just a cover-up for the real reason Cathy died, which is that, allegedly, she was unalived by Jay-Z. Liz even added that years later, she met sources who knew both Jay-Z, Cathy, and inside information on her death, and they strongly believed that Jay-Z had her unalived to silence her. Apparently, one source even told her that Jay-Z had law enforcement and even coroners in his back pocket. And the source also said that there are corrupt coroners in New York City who will rule homicides as natural deaths for cash. And we are talking about a man who had millions. So paying off corrupt coroners was really not a problem for Jay-Z.
What do you mean she's dead? What happened to her? This was just a beautiful, young, seemingly healthy 28-year-old woman. I was told that she didn't have any health issues, and it was very shocking to hear. And her colleague did not know what happened to her or how she died or why she died, but all she knew is that she was dead. So obviously when I heard this, it was very troublesome and disturbing to find out that this woman who possibly was going to give me an exclusive story on her affair with one of the most powerful rappers in the world, that's very disturbing, and it certainly is very convenient for Jay-Z, isn't it, that she died.
Then, according to an NYPD detective, Cathy's cause of death was uncertain, and the detective said that they had the autopsy and toxicology reports done to figure out what really happened to her. Here's what the detective said. Quote, a 911 call came in from an apartment on 130 West 19th Street in Manhattan. An ambulance came and took Cathy because she was sick. They took her to the Beth Israel Hospital, and that's where she died. It was too early to be speculating that an aneurysm unalived her. They will be doing an autopsy later today to check out her cause of death. But someone might have given Cathy a bad drug. so they'll do a toxicology, and we'll have to wait 2 weeks for that report. Well, the real autopsy report never came out, and the information never found itself to the media, ever. However, word on the street is that this story will make its way back to our timelines, courtesy of 50 Cent. I mean, we know that just like Diddy, 50 Cent is not really a fan of Jay-Z. In fact, when the Diddy case blew up, 50 Cent shaded Jay-Z when he said that he is laying low until Diddy's situation blows over, when he captioned his wild post of Jay's face, "In hibernation, he ain't coming outside till this ish with Puff blow over. No brunch, no lunch, no dinner. LOL, I'm all you got, I'm outside." In addition, he also captioned another picture of a Jay-Z missing ad on a carton of milk. Anybody seen Jay? In addition, what 50 Cent has been saying is that there's no way Beyoncé and Jay-Z could be close friends with Diddy for 2 decades, be business partners, attend his parties, know his family, have countless business ties, vacation together multiple times, know all his kids, and not be complicit or at least aware of their illegal extracurricular activities Diddy was being charged with. And with him out here liking comments asking whether Jay-Z is next, baby, he could be working on a documentary as we speak. Maybe he even has that alleged tape of Cathy White screaming for her life. Well, baby, right now, however, I just want you to tell me whether you think there's even a slight chance that Blue Ivy is the baby Cathy was carrying in her stomach in the comments section below.